Hey everyone, and I'm coming to you at the moment from, I think 3 p.m. in the afternoon it is now. It has been a bit of a day, so I meant to start off this vlog basically explaining my work weeks at the moment, because for those of you who don't know, I am past 34 weeks pregnant now, into my 35th week, and there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be done. So I am still working towards my maternity leave at the moment, which at this rate, maybe about like 6 weeks off or so until I can sort of slowly start getting back into content creation. But yeah, like I still have a lot to do, and I have this like fear that the baby is going to be coming early. So I've been just like really hustling onto my work at the moment. I've been really trying hard. So I thought I would do a work week in my life vlog at the moment and show you guys what's been going on behind the scenes, because it has been pretty hectic. There's also been a lot of other things going on which I have not updated any of you with, and that's basically a lot of things going on in our personal life. But one of the major things that we've decided to do, and I'm going to update in this vlog, but I will probably talk about it more in other videos, is that we've decided to move house, because that's just the thing that you do at 35 weeks pregnant, right? I feel like that is probably one of the worst things you can do, but that is what we've decided to do. Technically, we have already exchanged contracts on our house and exchange contracts technically on our new house. So that is really great. What actually happened was a few weeks ago, it's probably about a month ago now, we got an appraisal on our place. It's something that Dan and I have been talking about for a long time, is actually moving on, because we just live in a kind of small 3-bedroom townhouse, which, you know, it's a lovely spot and I really am going to miss this place so much. But the thing is when baby comes along, we will then have a baby and 2 dogs. And unfortunately, with Dan and I both working from home, it's a little bit of a clash in the sense that within probably about a 6-month time frame, once baby's here, we're going to probably have to be merging our home offices together. Now, for someone that films very regularly, quite a number of days a week, and for another person who does a bit of training, he does training calls, he has a lot of work meetings throughout the week, and it's not ideal. And we don't really have another living space either where we can kind of easily set up a desk without it being kind of like a distracting area. So our downstairs area is kind of like an all-in-one lounge room kind of dining area. It's very open plan, and for anyone that does set up a desk down there or tries to film there regularly, they're pretty much going to be interrupted pretty regularly. So it doesn't really work that way. That wasn't the main reason, but it's definitely something that we were thinking about more and more. Another thing is that we don't actually have air conditioning on the top level of our home. So that is a major thing when it comes to having a baby up there, because it gets very hot in summer. Australian summers are ridiculous, and even in winter, like it is very cold up on that top level. So it is hard, but particularly in summer, because a lot of the hot air rises from the bottom of the house. So it's borderline like dangerous to have a baby in one of those rooms. It's a lot of nights of sleepless. It's a lot of sleepless nights during summer, even for us. So I can only imagine how horrifying it would be to have a baby up there in summer. So there was that. And we did get some quotes for ducted aircon, which was just going to be so ridiculous just for one level of our tiny little townhouse. So really, we just felt that it was not worth the money and probably worthwhile putting into our next home instead. Apart from that, you know, there's just a lot of other things that come along with being a self-employed freelancer such as myself. And one of those things is when you buy a home and you have your borrowing power, and this actually happens to everyone, no matter what, if they're a self-employed person or not, but your borrowing power does get a massive hit once you do have a dependent. So there was also that I had to consider, but also just in terms of my tax returns and going off my tax returns, that is how banks assess loans for self-employed people, and I had to make sure that I kind of came off a good year for the place that we buy next, because I truly don't know how much I'm going to be working within the next year in terms of what I'm going to be earning. So I think that was another consideration that I really wanted to make with all of this. Another reason we decided that it could actually be a better time to move sooner rather than later was the fact that Dan is actually having quite a number of months off once baby is born. So he's going to be taking probably the majority of the parental leave that is offered by our government here in Australia, and he's going to be having about 4 months off. So I figured during that time it would be really, really great in terms of if we did move house, like there's both of us that can help with moving things and to actually get settled. Whereas if we just moved at any other point, Dan would still have to be working, or he would have to take his annual leave, which it just probably doesn't work as well as probably the opportunity that we have, I guess, the narrow window of opportunity that we have towards the end of this year. So with all of those things considered, not to mention the fact that now is actually quite a good time to sell with things going up again in cost. Not a really great time to buy, to be honest. We've been looking around for a few months now at properties, and it's not been the best, to be honest. It's been pretty dire out there, and I think we were just lucky to come across a place the same weekend that we got an offer on our house. So it all happened very quickly. And now we're just waiting till settlement. So that will be like shortly after baby is born at this stage. And we'll get a little bit of time here with baby first probably. But you can probably understand that the last few weeks have been very, very hectic. I haven't really been thinking as much about work as I probably should have been. And that's the only thing that's kind of thrown a spanner in the works, essentially, is because I have been so preoccupied with the buying and selling with stuff, with houses, that I haven't even been able to really get on top of my work for when I actually take my leave. So that is the goal of this week, is to really start getting on top of that. I have done some filming today, and yeah, we're on our way. Like we're getting started. It's happening. I'm not stressing. I'm not going to stress because it's the last few weeks of pregnancy, and I just want to make sure that, you know, we're kind of like heading on the right track. So that's what this week is about, and that's hopefully what you'll see in this vlog. And here is Miss Suki at like 3:30 p.m. on a Monday. Typical. She hasn't moved from this spot since probably about 11 a.m. The life of a dog, I swear. These guys would just not survive in the wild. Back to sleep. So one of the things I did manage to finish today was actually planning all of my Instagram content for my Kaylee June Instagram account. And this is basically for all my photography content. Admittedly, this is one of the easier tasks I think that I had for when I'm on maternity leave, because really I don't tend to post a lot of reels to this particular account, and it's not a lot of video content. It is mainly just my photography and showcasing my photography. So I already have like a huge backlog of images that I have been taking for like the last 10 years. So there's usually always some photos that I can post and I have to post on Instagram. So I thought this could be one of the first tasks that I actually get out of the way and do, because it was just one of the easier ones. So this is actually really satisfying though. Look at this. I've just used Metrical, and for those of you who don't know, I talk about them a lot on my channel. And I use Metrical, and they are an analytics and scheduling platform. So for social media, lots of different social media sites, it just means that I can schedule my content months ahead of time and feel good about knowing that all of my stuff is done. So look at this. So basically this is my August, and I've just been basically moving everything over from my Google Drive here, a lot of my photos, and just dragging, dropping, and then filling in the captions, tags, everything else, and scheduling. So this is August and this is September. So look at that. It's really satisfying seeing all of that scheduled, knowing that that's done. We are one step closer. Now I just need to finish off the video content for that particular brand, because for those of you, again, who don't really know, I have 3 different brands across social media. So there is my photography and retouching brand and YouTube channel that I have with this Instagram account that I've just shown you that is attached to that. And then I have obviously this YouTube channel, which is business, content creation, lifestyle. It's like a bunch of stuff. And then I have a couple of short form accounts associated with that too. And then I have my travel vlogging channel with my partner Dan, which is Wonder Walkers. And then I also have an Instagram account attached with that too. So there's still quite a bit to do, and I'm still working through a lot of the video content. That is definitely going to take me the longest. I think the short form will be a little bit easier because I can kind of mix and match what I'm posting there. I can mix and match with images and then also videos. But yeah, I think it's going to be a long few weeks. I'll be happy when everything is kind of done. But for now, it is like, I think it's about 4 o'clock, and I'm winding down for the day. I'm getting starting to get really tired at this point in the day now. I think with my pregnancy, I've definitely had that third trimester fatigue hit. And I'll actually be going in a couple hours to the hospital because we've got one of our baby classes that we actually started last week. So we have them going for about a month, and this is the second one. So kind of excited to get in and do that and go with Dan. And it was informative last time, which I loved. And there were snacks, and I always love snacks. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. But yeah, I think I'm just going to wind down for now and just kind of chill because it's been a week. It's been a week with like buying, selling houses and just absolute madness, of course, in the last few weeks of pregnancy. Before we go any further into the video, it's time for a quick word from today's video sponsor, PicsArt. So as you guys know, I talk about PicsArt all the time, and I really do so because I feel that it's one of the best platforms out there for creators. PicsArt is an online design platform with plenty of helpful AI features. So whether you need to create marketing material, design elements, planners, invoices, and more, PicsArt has you covered. I myself have created many different assets over the last couple of years with PicsArt, and I do find it an invaluable tool to have as a content creator because, as we all know, content creators don't just post on social media. A lot of the time we have our own businesses or we're considered sole traders, so there's quite a lot of other things along with business materials that we have to create from time to time. And if you simply don't have the time or potentially even the skills to really create a lot of this stuff from scratch, this is where PicsArt comes in. I know that I personally don't have a lot of time for creating design elements and marketing materials for my business, so I tend to utilize PicsArt a lot when it comes to these kinds of things. One of my absolute favorite tools with PicsArt is the AI logo creator. With this particular tool, you can easily create a logo in just a few seconds or minutes, and it's a really great way of brainstorming or even having different variations of logos that you would potentially love to have for your business as a creative or content creator. And another great thing about PicsArt too is that there's plenty of other AI tools that can help you create similar assets in just a few minutes. If you do have your own business, it's a really great time to go and check out PicsArt right now because they currently have a lot of new Halloween assets and they would be great to utilize for the upcoming Halloween season. So definitely make sure to go and check that out. If you'd like to try out PicsArt for yourself, make sure to click the link in the description box below and use the code KayleePro for 10% off a yearly pro subscription. A big thank you to PicsArt for sponsoring this video today. And now back to the vlog. Well, here we are again, and it is after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just basically introducing the vlog for the day. So I have been really focusing on quite a bit of short form content today. I have been working through some stuff related to the house, which was unavoidable this morning, and just a few emails and things like that. But as I said, short form content has been something I've been focusing on just a little bit with my travel content for Instagram and TikTok while I'm on maternity leave. So I have been doing a few reels and scheduling them as I go along for both TikTok and Instagram today. And I'm going to be doing that, I think, a little bit every day this week. So pretty much by the end of the week, then August is pretty much going to be scheduled and ready for my Kaylee Journeys content on Instagram and TikTok. So that would be great. And hi, Suki. Oh my God. Did you hear that groan? It's literally like she acts as if she pays rent. Honestly. But yes, I've been also editing some videos today, and I'm actually just working on my revenue report now for June. So that's going to be going up probably tomorrow. And then for the rest of the week, I'll be pretty much doing this vlog and doing some more filming. I have quite a bit on this week. I think this week and next week is going to be really busy because I'm just trying to get a really large bulk of the content done. But otherwise, I am just going to be finishing up very soon for today's work. So I can't even believe I've like barely vlogged today, but I'm actually going to be picking up a pram this afternoon from Facebook Marketplace. So I need to actually drive a little bit to go and get said pram. And I'm just kind of like wrapping up very final things now for baby stuff. So trying to like juggle all of this while making sure that all of my content, all my work is done and we move into a house and we're not homeless. That's kind of like a thing. So yeah, it's just been a probably quite stressful few weeks. Like I've really not had a stressful pregnancy at all. I've really been very lucky, but oh my goodness, it's just been a lot. So I might actually take you along with me though this afternoon, even though this is meant to be more of a work week in my life vlog, then I can just take you at least to do something else other than sitting here at my desk and yeah, make the vlog somewhat interesting. Well, vlogging to pick up the pram was a complete and utter failure, and I totally forgot to do that. I'm going to blame it on baby brain, along with everything else. But we ended up picking up the pram, and I feel like it's in great condition. So yeah, a steal, $250. It is the Upper Baby Cruise pram, and we had tried that out, God, several months ago, I think at an expo, and a couple of times at like Baby Bunting and that, and I just refused to pay like $1,500 for a brand new one with the bassinet. And I feel like this was in such good order, like working order, and it just looks so good. So, you know, a couple of $100 and we've got ourselves a pram. So that's good. That's one more thing down from the list, and I'm glad that we were able to go and take the drive this afternoon to get it. As I said, it comes with the bassinet too. So yeah, I feel like we're slowly ticking things off and getting things done. It's taking a while, but we're getting there. Hey guys, so today is Wednesday and we are on to a new day. I am just currently sitting on my exercise ball, so if it sounds like there's suspicious noises happening down below, there is noises, but that's what it's from. And basically I am just trying to do some exercises because, as most of you know from this vlog already, I am pretty much nearly 35 weeks pregnant, so it's kind of that time. And yeah, just trying to get my little bits of exercise in when I can. I've literally just been washing a bunch of baby clothes downstairs, getting some of them ready to put in my hospital bag, so I am pretty much good to go when I need to be able to go. But yeah, in terms of work today, because this is a work week in my life vlog and I have to remember that, I'm actually going to be just finishing off a couple of outlines for videos that I will be filming this afternoon, and then I will pretty much be editing a video and maybe a couple of reels as well, and that's kind of like my main things today. One of the videos that I do have to film is going to be a sponsored video, so I'm hoping to get that done today. There's just a few things that I need to finish off with the outlines, but apart from that, I'm going to be basically getting ready, getting makeup and everything on shortly to film. So yeah, I am trying to get the bulk of the filming out of the way before I give birth as well. So just trying to get everything done, and it's all fun. It's kind of like just everything's starting to come to a head now. Like it's such a short period of time until the birth, and I need to make sure that all my work is like getting done. So trying not to stress, but that's okay. I'm going to be filming my mid-year financial reset video today as well. So I'm going to be talking about the new template or updated template that I've been using for my budgeting, and also what the rest of the year is going to look like in terms of our goals financially. So yeah, that should be fun. Hoping to get both of those videos done today though. I think that's like really the main goal. Well, I have just finished filming those two videos, so I'm so glad I got to do them today because I've actually got quite a bit of filming on this week. I think I had set myself a task of filming about 6 videos this week, so it's very hectic with filming, but I really wanted to do the bulk of the filming in July and not have too much going on filming wise in August, only because I'm just going to be probably a little bit bigger than, and I'm going to be a bit further along in my pregnancy, and I don't want to get it too close to the end there where I feel like I'm having to film so much, and I'm just like, it's uncomfortable as it is filming even sometimes at the moment, because I'm finding that I'm running out of breath really quickly for one, but I'm also just finding it hard to pick things up and down, like, you know, setting up tripods and all the rest of it, and just even sitting in one space for too long can be kind of uncomfortable. So I'm just trying to get a lot of that done, you know, in the coming weeks, and make sure that I'm not having to do too much of it come August. But yes, those 2 other videos are now done, so that is great. I'm so happy with that. And now I'll probably be finishing off editing another video. So I'm going to make sure that I put up a video tonight. It should be my revenue report. And yeah, then I'm going to probably relax a little bit. I still haven't done my videos for Kaylee Journeys today, my 3 videos, but whether I get around to them today or not, I am going to be going to see my mum and dad this afternoon, or like a little bit later this evening with Dan. So I don't know if I'll get around to necessarily doing them today, but tomorrow is more of an editing day anyway for me, so I can probably fit them in along with the extras that I'm supposed to do then if I don't get them done today. So the main thing is the filming is done today. That was the main thing. I really wanted to achieve that, so that's great. Well, here we are, another work day, and today is Thursday. I will be actually heading off for a blood test like around midday, but this morning I am just focusing on doing the things that I haven't really gotten to do in the last day or so, and that was just to create a few more reels. And I wanted to do that for my travel account on Instagram and TikTok, and just kind of schedule those, and then probably continue working on some more this afternoon. I actually don't have too much more on for today. Like, yesterday was definitely kind of like the bigger day where I had to rearrange for filming, and probably tomorrow as well I'm going to be doing some more filming for YouTube. So it's just like a very constant week this week. This week has gone so quickly. I cannot believe I'm already on Thursday right now with this vlog, because I feel like I haven't even vlogged that much, but I have just been so busy with work this week. And to be honest, not every week is like this. And if you've seen my weekly vlogs before, you'll know that, or days in my life vlogs, you'll know that like the days can be very different, and some can be a lot more chill. You know, you've probably seen Dan and I going out to the gym or to a cafe or whatever in the morning, and then sort of coming back and, you know, taking it a bit easier. Now that Dan's shifts have kind of shifted to about a 7 a.m. start and a 3:30 finish, I've been trying to get a lot of my work done within those hours, which has been kind of better, to be honest, because I do feel more productive overall. I always feel better doing a lot of my work, or the bulk of my work, in the morning, because usually by about 3 p.m. generally, even not being pregnant, I am tired. I am ready for a rest. I lose energy. I lose energy by that time in the day, and especially at the moment, I'm definitely feeling more and more like a nap at around that time of day. So I try and get everything done before then, which is the ideal. So like I said, I will be focusing on a bit of Instagram content today, hopefully, and yeah, we'll just kind of see how we go with that. Well, it is now 3 p.m. and I'm still in my dressing gown, and I have finished some of my reels for today, all the ones that I was supposed to do, which is great. And my metrical planner is starting to look very satisfying. So you can see here, these are basically all of the reels so far that I've created for my travel Instagram account. And I still have a few to do. So basically by the end of tomorrow and by the end of this week, all of August will be scheduled and ready to go for TikTok and Instagram. All of my short form content for August will be done. So basically I'll still have September to do, and most of next week I think will be spent probably just creating the rest of the reels for my travel Instagram. And yeah, pretty much by the end of next week, hopefully, all of the short form content will be done for Kaylee Journeys, which I'll be so happy about, to know that all of the short form is done for that. And then the only short form content I actually have to create and then schedule for the 2 months of maternity leave will be actually attached to this channel. So it'll be all of my Kaylee June creative stuff, and I plan on doing a bit of filming for that probably next week, along with some of my YouTube videos anyway. So I'll hopefully have a bit of B-roll that I can use. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with the progress that has been made this week. I feel like I've come along in leaps and bounds so far, especially because I was kind of held back for a while with all the house stuff, and it sort of was a bit unexpected in how quickly everything sort of went with that. So yeah, I'm very excited to get started. Oh my God, Suki is just, she's been incredibly needy lately. I think I've spoken about this a few times in my videos, but are you a needy dog? Are you a needy dog? Yes, you are. Yes, you've been very needy. I think she knows that something's going on. Look at this long snoot. Yeah, she knows something's going on, but I don't think she knows exactly what. But yeah, now I'm going to be taking a break because it's 3 p.m. I have been doing a lot of washing today. Again, baby stuff that I still haven't got around to doing. Dan and I was sort of like half setting up the bassinet before that actually arrived today. Yeah, it's just been like little things, hanging out washing like in between and just trying to schedule everything, write captions, all the rest of it. So I'm feeling quite tired. I have not had an afternoon nap this week, which is a little bit unlike me. I have been having afternoon naps pretty much like the last few weeks, and this week I've just like not had a chance to have one on any day, to be honest, because we've also got to go out this afternoon. I've got to get my final blood test for iron levels and things like that, and I think Dan has to get his whooping cough vaccine, make sure he's got his booster for that. So yeah, like I'm just tired and I just want a nap. So maybe I might go for like a 30-minute nap or so just before we go out. But yeah, I think I'm going to start winding down for the rest of today. And yeah, I can't believe tomorrow's Friday already. Well, welcome to Friday, everyone. So the last day of the week, and Dan and I actually managed to get out this morning just for a quick bite and a coffee, which was really nice, just to go down the cafe at the end of the road and actually just get out of the house in the morning, which was nice because we've had pretty good weather this week. It's been really lovely and we just haven't really enjoyed it at all. Every time that Dan has finished around 3:30, we are basically out to appointments, doctor's appointments, just like constantly things going on with buying and selling as well, and it's just been a hectic time. So it's been nice to just enjoy a little bit of Friday. And before I got into it, and I actually just filmed a mid-year reset video, so that's good. I've got that one done, and that was also a partially sponsored video as well, so that one's done, which is great. And now I just need to do another video intro to one of my future sponsored videos. So I'll probably be filming the actual containments of that video next week. But I'm going to focus on just doing the intro at the moment. Then I probably have to edit a video and try and get that out tonight. I'm going to see whether I have enough time to do that today or whether it's just an afternoon for a nap, to be honest. Coming from a 35-week pregnant lady at this point, the nap is really calling me at the moment. I feel like I need to relax, and I'm just not sure whether I'll get that second video out for this week. But yeah, I'm just going to see how I go. And if I don't get it done necessarily for whatever reason, I know that I've got most of my short form content now done for my travel account, at least for August. So that's good. That's been a really big tick and achievement this week. And then yeah, if I don't get the video out, I don't get the video out today, but I'm trying, guys. It's really hard. It's just getting to that point where every day is feeling just that little bit more tiring, and yeah, I just need to have a nap. But otherwise, I'm going to get stuck into doing this intro now, and hopefully that will be one of the last tasks that I have to do for the week and today. So I am looking forward very much so to the weekend. Well, if it looks like I've been for a nap, I definitely have been, and that's why. So I do look a little bit like disheveled at the moment, but it is now about 10 p.m. and I am ready to go to bed, and this is essentially the end of the vlog. So this has been a work week in my life at the moment as someone who's preparing for their own maternity leave in a couple of weeks. And I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do, because I'll be posting a lot more videos like this in future. And also let me know down in the comment section below if you want to see more vlog content like this, because I'm definitely happy to post it. I just don't know whether it's something I'm going to continue doing, like if it's something that everyone wants to watch or not. I'm just kind of trying new things at the moment, and I kind of like doing these kinds of vlogs. So if you want to see more like this, definitely let me know in the comments. But other than that, make sure to hit the notification bell to see all the updates from my channel in future. And thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.